Hello, welcome to today's EMBN Show, where we're going to take a look at some of the world's fastest e-bikes, both legal and illegal. Don, I was coming into work this morning, 20 miles per hour, some of the speed limits in Wales.
Yes.
E-bikes are actually some of the slowest vehicles on the road.
Yeah, you were
15
miles
per hour.
smashing them out of your way in your van, were you, as you were coming through?
I tell you what, I just shared a clip with you about these illegal e-bikers in South Wales, wearing balaclavas on stolen bikes, being chased by the cops.
Yeah. Baseball caps on backwards, black t-shirts.
But some of these bikes, I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, we're looking at vehicles which are some of the time ridden by idiots. It's not about the bikes.
Are you talking about our bikes or these bikes?
No, come on. But some of these bikes have actually been confiscated, and some of the speeds that some of these bikes have been doing at 86 miles per hour.
That's crazy, isn't it? I saw the thing you shared. It's from the BBC News in Cardiff, particularly, where you see these around cities quite a lot. Yeah, I don't want to sort of single out Deliveroo, but it's these delivery riders. Generally,
we don't deliver in a balaclava, Don.
Well, that's but that's a separate problem, yes. Yeah. You see a lot of these regular mountain bikes that have had these e-bike kits thrown on them, and I see them around my town, and you can hear the disc brakes jangling, and they're like, it's a really dangerous bike going bombing down the street with no pedalling. And I saw a guy almost fall off one as a bus pulled out, no helmet, going, probably 40 mile an hour plus.
This policeman here says they picked this bike up, and he himself says in this shot, he says, oh, well, this is a flying machine. We actually caught this one with two 12-year-olds on it, and we couldn't actually catch them until they jumped off.
Wow.
I mean, it is quite ludicrous. But obviously, you've got the kit bikes, which you've got a battery and a motor, which you bolt onto a normal mountain bike, which are not made for purpose anyway.
Yeah.
But then, when we're looking at it seems to be coming ever more into the spotlight about speed. So if we now transform to e-mountain bikes, there's already regulations. There's speed pedelecs and there's pedelecs, which are pedal assist up to 25 kph in the UK, 35 kph in the US. But the reason I'm bringing this up, because last weekend saw the World Championships in Valais, Switzerland, and there was the UCI. We talked about it briefly on last week's EMBN Show, where the UCI have now imposed a limit of 750 watts peak power to all e-mountain bikes, which means there's some bikes which are missing from the World Championships.
Yeah, it's quite controversial, isn't it? And I've seen lots of people ranting online on different posts about this, how it's potentially limiting development. It's limiting what bikes you can ride.
Limiting innovation.
Yeah, and I think I'm probably on that page, to be fair. I've been a bit vocal in the past about not really being that bothered about e-bike racing, but now seeing it potentially influence the rest of the e-bike sphere, I'm getting more concerned about it, probably.
Because obviously there's UCI events, and like I mentioned last week, there's plenty of e-mountain bike races where you can go on any e-mountain bike you want, so long as they are European regulation eMTBs, 25 kph. So, but what's really interesting about the Valais event was that it was like 70 kilometers, 7,500 meters of descending.
That's massive, isn't it?
So I think when we look at, our conversation today is about what's the fastest e-bike, what's the fastest e-mountain bike. So Adrian Daly, who rides for Cannondale, he's now the fastest person in the world on an e-mountain bike, on his Cannondale with a Bosch motor.
Yeah.
And then
George Swift.
George Swift won the female on the Yeti with the Shimano motor.
Right.
So it's funny, isn't it? Because what actually makes the world's fastest e-mountain bike actually depends on, I'd say, three things. I would say track design, rider weight, and possibly motor power. Yeah. So if we start off with the last of those, motor power, like we've just talked about, the regulations have been changed. So there's lots of people missing from the picture. But then motor power only really comes into play when you also factor in rider weight as well, doesn't it?
And the torque only really matters at the lower speeds when you want the grunt. And actually, well, George Swift's riding a Shimano, which is not up there in the numbers as high as the Bosch.
It's not. It's like it's probably the Shimano EP801 is actually now one of the lowest power motors, and yet she has beaten the likes of Flo Espanera and Tracy Mosley, who are on bikes with considerably more power, or at least that's what we know. We don't actually know, because what happens with the UCI events, a motor company has to submit their motor for inspection to make sure it meets all the numbers. So we don't actually know what power that EP801 kicks out.
Special software.
Well, maybe. I mean, the thing is, you have to look at the reigning World Cup champion from a year ago, who was Ryan Gilchrist. Big guy. 27 kilo Yeti bike.
Surprising that, isn't it?
And he weighs 85 kilos. And he said to me, my watts plus my watts of my motor actually equaled more than anybody else. And that's why he won the stages.
Yeah.
But coming back to what I mentioned earlier, I think the fastest e-bike in the world, at least on a UCI basis, is going to be determined by track design. Now, there were quite a few power stages, but like I said, there was 7,000 metres of descent.
It's an awful lot, isn't it?
It's like, I mean, how much is a World Cup downhill race? It's 1,000 metres?
No, it's never that much. No, I think it's more like...
It's 1,200 feet, so that's going to be 400 metres.
Yeah,
right?
something like that. Yeah, it was a pretty decent hill still.
So a World Cup downhill, 400 metres.
Yeah.
E-Enduro, 7,600.
That is insane, isn't it?
Can you imagine the physicality involved in that?
I've done 1,000 metre enduro stages. That's really tough.
Yeah. But like when it comes down to there's so much, there's a lot of debate going on, and we will cover this in depth about the whole business about self-regulation of e-bike power to 750 watts and such. But if you look at World Cup downhill racing, the riders are regularly travelling at 70 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, speed is a different thing. You got this year's Tour de France was the fastest ever average speed. 46 kilometres per hour by Pogacar.
Which is surprising. I mean, I used to be a casual road fan, and those numbers went down for a while after the dodgy years, didn't they? I'm pretty sure, like the Alpe d'Huez time, it was it Pantani was the fastest for years in those times when they were otherwise assisted, shall we say? So interesting that's going back up. I'm not insinuating anything there.
Yeah. Actually, talk about casual road rider. I was a casual road rider as well. It seems that my colleague Neil is now a casual runner as well.
Trying to get fit again. And actually, let me throw out, I'm trying to raise some money for UNICEF. So I'll put a link down below. I'm trying to run a half marathon. So I know it's not e-mountain bikes at all, but if you could support that charity, link down below. Thank you very much.
But linked to that, Don, is I was talking to my niece's boyfriend on the weekend, and I was saying that, I'm comparing e-mountain biking now to running. Obviously, I'm a runner as well.
Yeah.
When I run, I find that my heart running in zone 5 on an e-bike feels easier than running in zone 5, and I wonder why that is.
I don't know. Someone answer us in the comments. So I agree, actually. Yeah, it just feels
more intense.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Why is that? Have you guys got any answers to that? Because certainly would like to know.
It's competition time. We are giving away 2 of these Met Parachute MTR helmets. This is their convertible full-face trail, eMTB and enduro helmet. So this chin piece comes off, so you need to have full-face or open-face helmet. The competition is open from today until the 13th of September. There'll be a link in the description down below. It's available worldwide, so wherever you're watching this, get involved, send your entry in, and we will announce the winner on the show on the 18th of September.
Jump into the competition, right?
Exactly.
Parachute.
I see what you mean.
Okay, it's time for cool places. First up is Mario V, Levo Pro in Texas Hill Country at Flat Rock Ranch in Comfort, Texas.
With Rocky.
It
doesn't look that flat.
Look at the colour of this Levo. I loved riding that bike. Another Turbo Levo Alloy Comp 1.
Oh, they're a good-looking bike, aren't they?
Hold on a minute. I used to live near Llandegla in North Wales.
Oh.
I now live in Albany, Washington.
Oh.
Very familiar, very similar, right?
I don't know. I've never been to Washington.
Is that Ellesmere Port?
And
then you've got Wow Taylor. Hi team, here's a picture of my Levo. Wow, 3 Levos.
Oh yeah.
3 Levos. Here's my picture of my Levo after hammering it down the Blue Pig descent in Hebden Bridge.
Have you ever ridden there, Steve?
I have.
I've heard good things and seen good
Hebden
things.
Bridge, it's a hell of a place.
It's a wild place, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the riding looks very good as well.
Right, going to kick off some feedback. This is on Neil's essential mountain bike skills. I like your climbing skills. I really have. From when we started off the channel 8 years ago, your climbing skills are next level.
I do
more
more of it now. I also ride trials motorbike, which I think helps a bit with that stuff. It's quite similar in the climbing.
It's good, isn't it? Neil with the Bosch system and doing a hill start, you have to press and hold the walk mode button and start pedaling. When up to speed, release the walk button. This will give a steady power output and then the front end doesn't rise up. This is on my Gen 4 CX race, so it'll be on the Gen 5 Sture. I think it's a great, because like if you stall, it is good not to roll back.
Thanks, I didn't know that. That's Nicholas Parry told me that. So thanks.
Yeah.
I never read the instructions.
Well, I guess it's because you never stall on the climbs, right?
True.
Next up, Neil, this is another one for your 100 kilometres. I mean, fair dues. That was big.
I easily cleared the 100 kilometres in eco mode. It was a big day out, a long day out. And if you've seen the video, you'll realise that I didn't use the whole battery. I sort of run out of steam myself, and so I couldn't.
The hedges didn't look very pleasant.
Well, yeah, there was one of those commute can stitch you up occasionally, and I went through a particular part of Bridleway that hasn't existed in at least 20 years, I don't think.
Well, there's a really nice comment here from Martin SFS. This is my kind of adventure. Pretty soon you'll be starting in off mode so that you can get even more range, and then the question becomes, could I do this on a normal bike? But would I want to? I don't really have an answer for that. I have the same range as you, but with an older motor. My longest ride so far has been 160 plus kilometres, half off-road, 2,000 metres in 15 and a half hours.
2,000 metres is good.
15 and a half hour e-bike ride, fair dues.
And actually, there is a question here from Digital Neil, who says, awesome. How did you plot your route? I love these sorts of days and lucky enough to have something similar not too far away from my journey. So I use Komoot more often than anything. I often use it with a bit of local knowledge as well, or places I've been. So I'll use their suggested route. You can plot a start and a finish. And then there are actually little red dots that will show you places like highlights where other people have been. So you can click on that, see if you like the look of it and add that to your route. I actually really enjoy sitting in front of the computer and plotting a day out on a bike. Yeah,
I love doing that as well. You've got to be very careful about route planning with e-mountain bikes. And on next week's show, we've actually got our guides from the Dolomites who are going to tell you a bit more about how to guide your way around that fantastic part of the world.
Good to know, yeah. Right, first one in the bike vault is from Mike Maddox, who says, I don't remember this, you showed my bike where I said that we're out on Dartmoor with my mate and my neighbour Colin, who I refer to as a knob. He's not talking to me now. But anyway, they seem like they're good enough friends because they're out riding at Dunkery Beacon on Exmoor, which is a brilliant place to ride. I've done some riding around there, loved it.
That blue bike's super nice, isn't it? What about the Giant on the left? Oh, super nice too, right?
Yamaha.
Whoa.
Giant.
Nice to see some different bikes. I'm going to give it a super nice on the bit,
two Giant Trances, it says there, yeah.
What about Steve Morgan, Cubestair Hybrid 144 race in the Scottish Highlands?
Stealthy, I'll give it that.
Yeah,
Would you like a bit more colour, Steve?
A bit more colour, it's nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, going to go into the mix now. Arizona eMTB 2023 Track Fuel EXE from Daniel R. It's got to be super nice. SRAM GX Axis transmission.
He said, I've upgraded everything on the bike. The only original things left are the frame and the motor. Literally everything. Flip it heck. Nice. Super nice even.
I really like Lee Darbone's Scott Patron 920 ride. I really like the Patron bikes from Scott.
The hidden shock inside the top tube.
I do like it. I'm going to give that one super nice. Cornwall Steve, loving my Vitus eMTB, 290 miles of smiles.
There you go. Although I may have shed a tear when they closed. So Vitus got taken down by the Nuke-Proof. What was it? I forget. It was Chain Reaction, all that bad stuff. Nuke-Proof sounds like they're coming back. I don't know about Vitus.
That's super nice.
I like Vitas, so I'll give that a super nice.
Christy Williams, this is a 100% super nice shot from Colorado. And finally, been riding MTB on and off road since the early 90s or 90ths. Nick from Sweden, first MTB was a 26-inch hardtail from Cycle Pro Ambush, black and yellow.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is now a Radon Render 625 watt out 2023. Never going back to a non-eMTB, just love the eMTBs.
And this is the west coast of Denmark.
Go on, wrap it up, Dom.
Well, I want to go to the beach in Denmark, it seems. So give that a super nice. Keep sending your bikes in. We've had loads. The bike vault is brimming, isn't it, Steve?
Brimming.
Brimming with bikes, but we love seeing them. So keep sending them in. Getting social this week, I've gone a bit techie with these, as I do. I do stray into the tech a bit, but I've seen on the Bosch eMTB Instagram their new-ish display, that Kiox 400C. It goes, I think it's the worst name ever. It's not very snappy.
What, Kiox 400?
Kiox 400C. Anyway, it's nice. It fits inside your top tube.
You can't even talk. Forget about the Kiox 400C.
I know, and I've got one on my new white Kado. And actually, they're saying, it's giving you a bit of a tease.
It's not any old white Kado, though, is it?
No, it's a beautiful one.
What is it? It's the Kado RSXXX, isn't it? What is the model? Works. Nice bike, that. Jealous.
But anyway, they're saying from autumn, it's going to be customisable, over 30 options on your display. So that'd be quite nice, but it's not out yet. Next up, so this is from Williams Racing Products, who I love following. They do some amazing products. And this is, have you seen an active chainring, Steve, like the O-chain?
I have, yeah.
You've got rim packs, very popular on the World Cup downhill circuit.
Yeah.
But
I still like a bit of pedal kickback, though.
Yeah, there's reasons for and against. Downhillers love it, not having it, should I say. But this is a bi-directional centre hub, so it will completely let the chain move freely. So whatever your suspension is doing, your weight on the pedal is not going to affect it. And it looks crazy. So it basically freewheels. When you're freewheeling, it will just move in a direction, I should say. And then when you pedal it, it just zips back up and away you go.
I guess it depends on the type of terrain you're riding, right?
And the bike, definitely the rear suspension design makes a big difference on that.
I don't think it matters. I think it's an interesting piece of tech, but like if you're riding tight single track, hard pack, smooth.
Exactly, you're not gonna. But if you ride really chattery stuff and 100%. Your bike has got quite a rear axle path, this could help you out. And I don't know, it's not on the market yet, but it is very interesting.
Yeah. That's it for this week's EMBN show. Neil's got two very interesting videos coming up. The first one on Friday is eMTB setup mistakes.
Yeah,
now, as you mentioned a few weeks ago, I'm not very setup friendly myself, am I? What did you call me?
Monkey on a machine gun.
Monkey on a machine gun. I'm interested to see your setup mistakes. I mean, there are lots of them. I guess it all depends on the type of e-mountain bike you're riding. And then a really interesting one on Sunday, which is where we look at the effect of power and weight. You know, is it really the be-all and everything to have power, or is the weight of the rider even more important?
So we've got a 55 kilogram rider, a 72 kilogram, no, a bit more than that, 74, and then a rather larger chap, Steve.
Yeah, on a higher power bike. Yeah. Coming up on Sunday. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.